I am a servant, not a scientist, a pilgrim, not a professor. But I have seen and felt things that no microscope can observe. And now, as I speak to you, not as a pope, but as a man, I want to tell you something simple. Death is not the end. It never was. When we bury someone we love, we say goodbye to a voice, a smile, a touch. But we do not say goodbye to the soul. Because the soul does not belong to this world. It never did. The body is dust, but the soul is light. And light does not die. What we call death is a door, a gentle one, and behind it is the fullness of life, not its absence. I do not speak of this with blind faith. I speak from witnessing death up close, holding the hands of the dying, hearing their final words. They do not fade. They begin again. Theologians may speak of heaven, but the truth is, heaven is not only a place, it is a state of return, a reunion with the source. And what is this source? God is not a being who watches us from afar. God is the breath between us, the music between two hearts. God is not somewhere else. God is here. Now, always. I have prayed beside the dying and felt peace descend like rain. I have seen people who feared death all their lives smile in their final moments, as if remembering something ancient and familiar. And I came to understand, we do not learn death in this life. We remember it, because we came from that place of stillness before birth, and we shall return to it again, not as strangers, but as children coming home. The soul is not weighed in judgment. It is welcomed in love. Not because we are perfect, none of us are, but because God's mercy is larger than time, wider than space, deeper than sin. Even the lost are never too far. Even the broken are never forgotten. The shepherd leaves the 99 to find the one, and he always finds them. I have come to believe that our greatest error is thinking we are separate from each other, from the divine, from eternity. But we are not separate. We are threads in one eternal tapestry, and death only moves us to another layer of that fabric. Those who have left us, your mother, your friend, your child, they are not gone. They are woven into the air that surrounds you. They are not memories. They are presence. I have heard skeptics say, "Where is God when there is suffering?" And I say, He is in it. Not standing above the storm, but inside it, weeping with you, bleeding with you, waiting on the other side. God does not promise to spare us pain. He promises to carry it with us. And beyond pain, He promises transformation. There is no eternal punishment. There is only eternal light. And that light purifies. It does not destroy. It does not abandon. If a soul is lost, it is not cast out. It is searched for and found. That is the real gospel, not of fear, but of return, not of wrath, but of reunion. And so I say to you now, if you fear death, let your fear be quieted, not by answers, but by trust, because you are not made of flesh alone. You are made of eternity, and eternity is calling you home. I do not claim to know how the afterlife looks, but I know how it feels. It feels like rest after long labor. like laughter after tears, like light after shadow. It feels like everything you have ever loved, not lost, but returned. So lithe, not in fear of judgment, but in pursuit of love, because in the end, it is love that passes through the veil. It is love that endures. It is love that builds the bridge from this world to the next. And on that bridge, you will not walk alone. I have seen powerful men cry, not from regret, but from the realization that they were always loved, even when they failed. That is what we discover beyond the veil. Not judgment, but recognition. We remember who we were. We remember who we have always been. And we realize we were never alone. The saints were not perfect. They simply trusted that love would carry them home. And it did, as it will carry you. You do not need to become holy to be accepted. You were accepted the moment you were born. You were chosen long before you had a name. We try to earn what was always freely given. But grace is not earned. It is remembered. Sometimes I am asked, "How do you know?" And I answer, I don't know in the way science knows. I know in the way the heart knows. When a mother holds her child, does she need proof that love exists? No, she simply knows, because she is inside it. And so it is with God. You do not need to find him. He is already where you are. I have sat in silence for hours, not because I lacked words, but because the silence itself was filled with presence. We live in a world of noise, but truth often arrives quietly. You may not hear a voice. You may not see a light, but the peace you feel in the deepest part of yourself, that is the echo of eternity. And now, as I grow older, I think less about doctrines and more about hearts. I no longer ask, "What do you believe?" I ask, "Do you love? Do you forgive? Do you remember what matters?" Because that, I believe, is the only test that awaits us beyond this life. And even that test is not graded. It is simply an unveiling. We will see the truth of who we are, and we will finally understand we were always enough. Let no one tell you that you are too broken to be redeemed.